Good morning, paranormal community, and thank you for partaking in this wonderful episode of the Honesty Files. I'm your host, Michael O'Neill. It may not seem like it, but I assure you he's here, my special guest co-host, Mr. Jerry Ayres. Good morning, Jerry.
Good morning, everyone, and today is Natural Nude Day. So the camera was turned off. No, I can't get my camera to work. Sorry, guys.
I was going to say, we are about to see if Jerry is better heard and not seen.
Oh.
And I, for one, am all for it.
Okay, I'm throwing Tootsie Rolls at you. I hope it hits you in the eye.
That's fine.
Yeah.
I'm sure your screen will appreciate that. So, since we're 5 minutes late, because Jerry couldn't get his camera to work and still hasn't.
Rolling my eyes.
Oh, no. Are you going to give me a play-by-play of everything that you were going to...
Well, you can't see it, so I got to tell you.
No, you really don't. So,
yeah.
No, we'll just assume you're sitting there, and that's all we really need to know.
Part my show, too.
Yeah, no. Episode, maybe.
Episode, there you go. Yeah.
Yes, it is partly your episode. So, I think we need to hop into this because we have a lot to get to. So, This is your idea. The show topic is your idea. You've had to stick up your ass for it for a long time.
Yep.
And I want to understand first why whether ParaUnity exists or not is so important to you.
It's because it makes some people, when they'll scream out ParaUnity. I have ParaUnity with this person, with this person. There's no such thing. There is no such thing. A person, on a team, yes. Like on my team, this is what I feel is the best team that Sim has ever been, ever. We have had people on, some for a short time, some for a longer time, that taught us all of patience and different type of techniques and stuff, which we are thankful for anybody who's been on this Sim team. But, time goes by, some people want to leave and stuff, which is okay also. But when it comes to, like when we first started in 2010, there was ParaUnity. There was real ParaUnity. People would ask questions. Go ahead. Now you got me.
I was going to say, I'm sorry to interrupt, but I know by the end of your statement, you're going to be 7,000 miles down the road. I want to stop you here. So you had it when you first started, and I want to know.
No, everybody had it back in 2010.
What I mean.
Yeah.
Right. You said ParaUnity existed in 2010.
Correct.
And I want to know what makes you say that.
What makes me say that is I remember all the teams that we met, all the ones that we would post something, and what we would say is we wouldn't say it's this and this and that's it. We would just say, what do you think? Which means that a person's willing to learn. So then people would get a hold of me or somebody on our team and say, this is what I feel that is, what do you think? And it's like, if we are going to do this and say that this is X, we've got to show why we feel it's X. How can I even say it more than that? It's just that it was a learning thing for everybody, because everybody in 2010, that's when everybody with the explosion went off of all these different teams. But then some teams were like, hey, this is ours, and I don't care what you think. You still see those little things happening today. There was a Facebook group, and I'm not going to say who it is because you do not like the guy. And his
Shocker.
one of his team members posted a photo, and she says, that's a woman that's in the garden of the cemetery in Apple Valley, Minnesota. So if that person's listening, they're going to get an earful. So what I said was, could that be pareidolia? You know, because you can't zoom in on the picture, you can't do none of that stuff. And it was closed, and she would not allow me to remark on that. She's like, no, that's what it is. I know what I'm doing. Well, I did some research. She's been a ghost hunter for 1 year. 1 year. It takes a long time, to really get to know what you're doing and try to understand certain things. There could be, picture anomalies that would make it look like something, but to not allow somebody to talk and just shut them down. And she was doing that to everybody. So I started thinking, I thought, okay, does she know Facebook this good? She kept my first comment on, and then she ranted about me and all that stuff. So I changed what I said. I edited and put that in there. I said, are you so scared that it may not be that you are not allowing me to remark on that unless I edit my first thing? Okay, that made them mad. And that's what it was. She was doing it to everybody. That's not ParaUnity. When I posted what I said, I also posted that, it's hard to determine exactly what's real, what's not real from only one photo that you had taken. And it was so far back, you're zooming in so much, you've now distorted the photo and everything. What does your group leader think? That's what I said. That if I would have gotten that on mine, it would made me think, is that possible? Yeah, it actually is possible. But then it goes even, okay, go ahead.
Oh, no, go on.
Okay. And then it goes deeper than that, where people who claim, oh, we have ParaUnity, this guy, let's do ourselves an event. Let's get this event going. So we get the event going and stuff. And sure, with some events, you're going to make some money off of it, And then it came to splitting up the money 3 ways. 1, 2, 3. And then all of a sudden they're like, well, so-and-so on my team worked really hard. They should get a cut too. So now we're making it 4. It's like, whoa, wait a minute. The agreement was there was 3 teams. Us 3 teams built this up. We went out there and did that. And now you're changing the rules because you collected the money and you want to see your teammate get that. Can't do that. You can't do that. That's disrespecting the other 2 teams. Yep.
Before we go any further, I think that it's going to be important here to what, in your opinion, is the definition of ParaUnity? Like, what exactly to you is it?
It's like how can you say this? It's it's people that have gotten together for one thing, and that is to talk, do, and learn and teach, what they think. And that's a good thing. There's nothing wrong with that. I mean, the first team was one that's been doing it for at least 4, 5, 6 years longer than us. And they were nice in how they would say, okay, sometimes a camera can do this, shadows can do this and stuff. And that's pretty cool. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. That's, in my book, is ParaUnity. That's where you're not. Go ahead.
So the collective sharing of ideas and events.
Yes, in a way, yes. And to, help newer teams learn and stuff. But now, because of such TV shows of ghost adventures and stuff like that, it's just a willy nilly. What's that?
It's done. It's no longer a thing.
Well, no, it still is. It's still in everybody's memory. How much they miss Zach. Oh, sorry, just threw up on myself. But it's they taught really bad for people, and when you have people that are following the same thing roughly as what he was doing on the show, there goes out the window of no trespassing, of really learning exactly your research. Research is the biggest thing. But if somebody was to say, no, that was a Native American burial ground, okay, where's the proof on that? Before you say it is, you better have the proof on that. If there is no proof, then you can't say that.
So I want to throw this out there really quick. I shouldn't even say really quick. So Zach, and I don't like him in any way, shape, or form.
Oh, well, yeah, him and I, we've had words.
Yeah, him and I should have words, but I would prefer just not. But anyway, Zach taught people how to be entertainers, not investigators.
Correct.
And I'm wondering if one of the main issues which comes up in this concept of ParaUnity is the different classifications and goals that people have. So you know me, I have 4 different classifications of people in the paranormal. So we have class number 1, which is ghost hunters.
Yep.
Class number 2, which is the paranormal investigator and researcher. Number 3 is the paranormal entertainer. And number 4 is reserved specifically for one specific group. And I mean, I don't mean like a general group. I mean, very specific group, the paranormal prostitute. So we can get rid of number 4 because they're not involved in this conversation.
Right.
But so is the issue of ParaUnity the fact of you as a paranormal investigator are trying to reach out to ghost hunters, or you're trying to reach out to paranormal entertainers, and you're expecting them to have the same goals and mindset as you, and they don't, because it's not their mentality.
Now, yes and no, because what I'm trying to get through is if somebody is a paranormal investigator, researcher, then where's the research? Why are you just willy-nilly in everything? A paranormal researcher, a paranormal investigator is not one that if you're going to do a house or a business and they've contacted you, all your eyes, ears, everything have to be open, and you've got to be willing to be real, to be skeptic. The best skeptic I've ever seen was a guy we had on our team, George Donaldson. I mean, this guy would go as far as to take somebody's door lock apart on their place, on their bedroom, and to show them where, that it was their locking mechanism that was doing this when a small breeze would go on it. I mean, that was real. The big thing should be that when you're a paranormal investigator, when you go into a place, your mind, you should be saying, I'm going to disprove everything. Why disprove everything? Because you got to hold it open for your mind to see if it is real or not. You know what I mean by that?
Of course I do. But
Yeah.
my issue is I can see that paranormal investigators would do that. They would do the research. They
Right.
would be able, but ghost hunters probably wouldn't.
No,
And
ghost
paranormal
hunters.
investigators, but paranormal investigators aren't the only ones that go into homes.
Right.
Ghost hunters go
Exactly.
into homes. Paranormal entertainers go into homes. So I mean,
Yep.
I don't want you to classify paranormal investigators not doing their research when you might not be talking about that classification at all.
Okay, hold on now. What I'm saying is that people that are ghost hunters say that they are paranormal
Paranormal
investigators,
investigators,
and they're not
yes,
because they don't want to be
I
known
agree.
as a ghost hunter. But yet, when you take a look at their past investigations, everything is something that they had to pay for. So they are a ghost hunter. That's
They're
what
ghost
they
hunters.
are, plain and simple. There's no
Or
way
they're
about it.
paranormal entertainers, because usually
Correct.
who
Yeah.
pay the people who pay for all this access to these haunted and well-known haunted locations are the ones with the YouTube channels.
Right. And the thing is, if they're going to do that, fine, do that.
Mhm.
But stop saying that it is irrefutable proof that, because it's not, it's not. And then it goes even beyond that more into the I'm stealing your idea. Like Stephanie, she had a team a while back. Now, in my radio show that I had, The Calling, yep, go ahead, hide your head because
No,
I'm
I'm
going
just
both
because
barrels on this because I'm tired
yeah,
of
but
it.
I told you this wasn't going to be an avenue for you to just throw your shit out in the world.
Well, no, I mean, listen to me for a second there, Mike.
I know the
When
story.
it
You've told it to
comes
me
to,
3 different
right,
times.
gotcha. Anyway, and you're on a team and a person who's on that is asked to be on that team is like, oh, I should have done this a long time ago, and stuff. And then all of a sudden they steal it from the person. Steal it how? Well, they took the website and they said, well, this is my team. I'm not going to turn the website. The person who is the beginner of a team should always learn how to do their own website. Don't give it to someone else to do because a person like what I'm talking about will steal it and will say it's theirs. On a team, we are on the show one time. We had Lauren Coleman, and I was talking to Lauren about who does he feel that is going to find Bigfoot, and he said women because of the pheromones and everything. And I thought, wow, that's interesting. Well, Stephanie, when she was listening to the show, she decided, you know what, she's going to contact Lauren and talk about it. So they were talking about it, and I asked Lauren, I said, so what did you call a female Bigfoot? And he said, a sea or
She squatch.
a she squatch, yes. And so I said to Stephanie, I said, she squatchers would be a great name. So Steph took the reins. It was her team. This person that stole it wasn't even on there. Steph had the email down. She had all the stuff for that. And it was perfect, just the way it should have been, until a person decided that, well, that and it's even on a show called, Steph, if you're listening, message me the Bigfoot show that you were on. Um, oh my God, why can't I remember that show?
Because you're old.
But God, you are just the most unkind person I've ever met in my entire life. Nasty little cuss. But it was a documentary, and it was, well, I'm sure the stuff will get back to me and tell me what it is. But anyway, Oh, she's typing it, I do believe. Hold on.
Yeah,
There it is. Okay, there it is. Cultured Bigfoot. If you listen to that, that was definitely Steph's team, and then someone stole it. So when we were getting ready, when Steph wanted to get rid of some things on that was associated with that, caps and stuff, I brought it to that person and I put a voice recorder in my pocket, and I have that recording. I would love to play it today, but I can't even get into nothing on my computer.
Yeah.
I will in time. Maybe the calling may come back again for a while. But anyway, yeah, so this is just amazing. And this person is blasting stuff to this day. We were up in Bigfoot days, and she was like, yeah, she hijacked my team. Some Bigfooters from up there were like, oh, this is absolutely ridiculous. They're getting sick of hearing that, and asked Steph about it. And Steph told the truth of what happened. It's just terrible. So all this stuff, this is supposed to be ParaUnity. That's not ParaUnity, And maybe I'm airing dirty laundry, but you know what? Yeah, it needs to be said. There's even some teams that I'm not even going to mention who they are, that I was shocked when they turned on me when I was trying to help them get some big time investigations around, and they pretty much stole it from me. Thank God they did not do it. So, I mean, I stick with the people I know. I would share with you, Mike. I'm sure the team would too. They'd bring Tootsie Rolls and throw them at you, and stuff like that. But yeah, there's some I just wouldn't share. And I also seen too someone else, a big team that's been around together for a long time. They also wrote too that their team had experienced an environment that had become increasingly unprofessional and filled with unnecessary drama, the lying, the jealousy, the toxicity, and bullying, and vindictive behavior. I no longer feel the focus is where it should be. It often seems that some individuals are more interested in gaining exposure through television appearances, YouTube videos, meeting celebrity, and not honoring the history of prisons or supporting preservation. That no longer, you know who I'm talking about, right?
I read that post too, yes.
Yeah, and it was, that's a great team. That is a team,
Which
because
is one team out of millions out on the West Coast.
Exactly. But everybody else is out for the dollar, for a dollar. They want to scrape whatever they can get out of it. And, also, too, these shows that are put out. I recently did a show, a TV show, documentary. Mike wasn't happy about it. But anyway, we'll talk about that another time. But during that show, they wanted everything scripted. And I was not going to script it. I was not going to say things like, send me the coordinates. The coordinates? You're in northern Minnesota, man. What's the directions? Or say anything like, when you get to the forest, it's the woods. Last I checked, this isn't California. It's like, God. But they also, too, in these shows, they're leading people. They had two leading people that never investigated with each other. They were like model-like people, a girl and a guy, and they had no clue. The funniest thing I thought was this is to me it's racial. When they pointed at this young man and they said, yeah, we were going to talk to that Indian about it. And I went, Indian? He's going to punch you in the face. I said, besides that, guy's Italian. Where do you get that he's Native American? It's like, so I try to tell them a few things to do. And when they got into the forest, they were throwing, kinnikinnick, Indian tobacco, around like they were feeding the chickens. They put down a compass. A compass started to spin like mad, which is what some people say is a vortex that's happening. And did they stay there? No, they left because the story that I had told about what happened, and I'm not going to say what creature it was. I'm just going to say that you're not supposed to talk about the creature, which I never mentioned their name. But anyway, they just got out of there. So they had to refilm someplace else. But it's just, if people are going to do things, and if you're going to say you have evidence, Bigfoot urine, Bigfoot poo, if you really believe you have that, then you should be turning it over to people like Lauren Coleman, or a sample of it, or to Moneymaker, because these guys, they do their work on seeing if this is possibly that. Other than that, it just could be, and I don't believe in the fact that someone can take their shirt off, go in the middle of the woods, put their arms out for Bigfoot to come to them, and leave these greasy rocks laying around piled up that possibly was done by somebody who had been eating Kentucky Fried Chicken. If this is real, which they say they've seen it, where are the photos of this? Oh, I don't need photos. Then stop talking about it if it's not real, because you're making everybody look like an idiot. You know what I mean, Mike?
Yeah, I was just thinking that, for those that are just joining us, the topic is ParaUnity, but you might
Right.
not have gotten that from Jerry's last 10-minute story. All right. I'm going to bring it back here. Would you say then that the issue, the main roadblock in ParaUnity, is probably ego, pride, and money?
All the three, yes. It's what it is. It's not the truth. The truth is in nothing there.
Well, because everything that you have given me for why something exists or doesn't exist falls into one of those three categories.
Right.
Either well, you could probably put in like selfishness, because if you're gonna steal somebody's ideas, or even steal something that like they have developed themselves, and you just yank it right out from underneath them, like that's just selfishness.
Yep.
That's ego and greed. No, I should say selfishness. Greed is the issue. So, isn't it possible then because you might not get it from your ranting here, but there are very good teams that are out there, but it may be your team, it may be my team, and there might not be another team worthy of it until Rochester or Iowa or something like that. So, is it possible that unity can exist, but it needs to be more scrutinized?
Right.
Okay.
Both, actually. Really? Didn't I just give you an answer?
I said detailed answer.
Detailed answer. Well, I don't know. I might go off on a tangent that for the last 10 minutes.
I have every expectation that you will.
God, you're a jerk. If anybody knows Mike. He's a jerk at times. But no, you're right. I mean, that's it. It just happens like that. It just people, like you said before, they want to be number one. They want it. Just I don't even know how to put it in words. It's I get so mad, but I know hitting him is wrong.
There's other ways to hit people without actually hitting them.
Oh, and I did already on some because I actually sent. Um, I'm sure that they're listening to your show.
I doubt it.
Well, let's hope. When you send them a direct link.
Oh, well, if you did that, then okay. Are you going to continue your answer or no?
That's it. That's my answer. There's no way to detail it anymore. You're correct. I mean.
So I get my next question then is going to be what is the actual advantage of having ParaUnity? Because we have partnerships. Like
Right.
You and I are directors of teams. You and I can work together. I know other directors of other teams, and I know I could call them if I need to. And then there obviously are teams that I wouldn't. So I mean,
Right.
do we need unity as a whole, or is it not good enough, or get rid of the enough? Is it not just good to have partnerships with teams?
You can have partnerships, but sometimes that's going to turn just like, the ParaUnity type thing, it will happen in time.
Not
But,
necessarily.
well, yeah, I don't know. I guess we'll see. We'll see what the future holds. But yeah,
Well,
no, I
'cause
mean, you and I, we've known each other forever. We
no,
know
we
what to expect. Yeah. What's that?
I said no, we haven't known each other forever, but I mean we've known each other for years, yes.
Yes.
But you and I haven't changed. That's why our teams haven't changed. And
Right.
so like when we talk about Kim and like Cat Paranormal, I would be partners with them forever because Kim's not going to change. So I
Right.
mean, when you say it's all of a sudden going, partnerships are going to fade or whatever or blow up in time, not necessarily going to be the truth unless the people change. Now, if Kim
Right.
retires and somebody new comes in that I don't know, and they now have the entertainment, but like we're going to take this team to YouTube, then yes, that partnership would probably fade because the mentality of the team changed. But
Right. Exactly.
Sim's not going to change unless you retire and somebody who has different views and goals in mind comes into place.
Right.
So I guess here's my question: is a partnership with the team or is it with the people?
The partnership is actually with the people and with the team. Actually, it's both. Because, I mean, Kim's team, I miss Kim's team a lot. I like Kim,
I do. I love Cat
you
Paranormal.
know. Yep, so do I, but we had our differences in the past, and I listened to too many people, and I have apologized a lot to her. But no, they're a good team. Um, but um, they're gosh, that is really a hard question too. At the same time, you know what I mean?
Well, the topic is complex. It's not as simple as what somebody is just like we either have it or we don't. Like there's a lot more to it than that.
Exactly. Well, there's trust. There's all that stuff that's put in. You've got to get to know the people before you know the team.
Yeah, I'll
You
agree with you on
know.
that one.
Yep.
Like besides, like I think I only know half your team. but I have no issue working with any of them because they're part of your team. I know you. I know Steph. So I don't like. I would work with Carrie and Kim, but if they had 3 other people on the team I'd never met, I'd still work with them because I know Carrie and Kim. So
right.
I agree that it's a people knowing thing, and then the rest can fall into place behind them.
Right.
So again, is my partnership or unity with you, or is it with your team?
Well, it can be both too. I mean, we're friends for God's sake, Yeah. So I mean, that's it right there. That's all. Once you got friendship in there and stuff, I mean, it's easy then to ask for help, or you would look, at doing certain things, and then you don't have to wonder, what did I make a mistake or not, and stuff, because I know you. You know
what? I just had a great idea.
What's that?
And I'm going to do this in the coming weeks.
You're
months.
bumping something, and that's really annoying.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm tapping my computer. My apologies.
Yeah. Well,
right.
Knock it off. Okay.
I did. I didn't know you could hear it.
Yeah.
And now I know you do, so I will not do it anymore. Anyways, I am going to I'm going to have a show, and it's going to be nothing but directors of teams. And I'm going to get like four or five different directors onto the show.
Okay.
And I think we should have like a director's conversation.
Oh yeah, that would be interesting.
Because I don't want to change the subject, because I want the other question that I said I wanted to do during the show. But I don't know if we're done with Unity or not. That's up to you. It's your topic.
Yeah, I think we're pretty much done with Unity. It's plain and simple. I mean, instead of calling it Unity, like you say, what did you call it? Partnership is a much better, but understand what partnership means. Unity isn't a time for you to, make fun of or jeer at or try to steal from or something like that. If a person didn't come up with the idea or with a certain evidence and stuff, there's something to strive for in the future, and keep it clean. Where did you hear from it before and stuff?
So here's when we were originally talking about this earlier, like last week or whatever, like an analogy formed in my head as we were talking, and it's kind of solidified afterwards. Unity to me is what happens like when, and again, this is just a comparable analogy here, when like the husband and wife stay together for the children. Like it reminds me of conventions when everybody comes and they get along, and that's for the fans. It's for the supporters.
Right.
And when they're in the field of vision, everybody works together really, really nice, because nobody wants to be known as, the ego team or anything like that. And the supporters of the paranormal, which none of us can do, no matter what classification of mind you are, you need supporters to do it. You need people to follow you. You need people to pay attention to what you're doing. And so you're going to make nice anytime they're in view. And anytime they're not in view, that's when you squabble with each other. And that's when you steal shit. And that's when you backstab. And that's when you make lies to try and, get ahead. So, I mean, I guess to me, the ParaUnity is a concept for the public eye, but not for the private sector. Like, I don't think Unity can exist because of everything that we've talked about in the last half hour. But partnerships, as we were just discussing, can, because it's not a generalized idea. Like it doesn't, you don't need 15 people or teams to come together to have a partnership, but you do for Unity.
Right.
Thoughts?
Right. Yeah, I agree.
Well, okay, we're done. Are we done? Are you good?
Yeah, I'm good. How are you?
I'm fine. All right.
I still think that there is, again, just one last thing, is that Unity is dead. There is no Unity left anymore. It's dead. It's dead. That's sort of like rock and roll is dead. The 80s, 90s started changing, and nowadays, I mean, you're going to call rap rock? What?
Nobody
That's
calls
totally
rap
different.
rock.
They do.
No, they don't.
Yes, they do.
You're talking to stupid people if that's the case.
Well, that's what people believe in, and that's the same thing as Unity. There is none.
Well,
partnership is really good, though. I like that.
Say what?
Partnership is pretty good. Somebody just messaged me and they said, Mike is kind of mean, though.
Yeah, I am. I'm not mean. I'm sarcastic.
You are. You're sarcastic with a cold razor, and you're trying to cut somebody's leg as they come through. But partnership is really good.
But I will help you move, so it evens out.
Well, thank you very much. I appreciate that.
No, I meant that in general, not you specifically.
Yeah. No, I know that. Yeah.
Okay. I realized that our conversation yesterday said that you have to move pretty soon. And so I'm like, well, shit.
I'm literally moving. Yes, I'm moving to the third floor.
Oh,
yeah. Yeah.
Well, hey, better view. But
much.
Anyway, all right, let's get to the second part because I think that this is a conversation I think that even people who watch this show, whether live or afterwards, can get involved in. And I'm thinking about, I'm going to post this question to my team page to see if I can get a discussion going on it, because this is really big. Because I've been doing this now for 15 years. Mm-hmm. I've been okay. Thanks, Steph.
What'd she say?
Here. I actually put it on part of the
show. It's no longer, and partnerships are alive and well. Very good. Wow, you got a compliment from Steph.
Yeah.
Yeah, something's happening in the water or something.
Yeah, maybe. Or she just knows truth when she hears it.
Well, that's true. She does.
So, this last case, and I'm not going to give any details or anything of anything that went on, but something came up when Cena did her mediumship walkthrough. And
when who?
Cena.
Who's Cena?
Cena is my medium on my team.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So, but oops, sorry, hit the mic. So this doesn't, it's not specific to mediumship, just in general. But she came up with information that was unsettling, to say the least. And I struggled. I actually had, because my client was actually a friend of mine. And he has his, and there are other people involved, but I actually did a trial reveal for him specifically, just to gauge the reaction that I was going to get when I did the full reveal. because it was very unsettling information. And I told him flat out, I'm like, this is the most awkward and upsetting reveal I will ever have done in 15 years of doing this. And the question came up in my head, and it bothered me so much. I went to Grant and Rihanna Wilson, and I was like, I need your opinion on this. And here it is. And I told you this yesterday, this question. So you're primed and ready to go. But as a director, which you are, is there a time in a case where you would keep information from your client? Why or why not?
Okay. Yes.
Okay.
We have.
Why
Yes.
not? Well, I mean, you don't need to give specific details, but why in whatever cases you're talking about, why did you keep information from them?
Because they're getting to know the client and what they can handle, and it would have been too much for them. It would have really flipped them right out. And there's certain things, especially when you're going to be doing a clearing to get rid of whatever's there, just get it out of there. Let it go. Because it was a bit too much.
And you thought that by clearing it, by doing a clearing, that was going to make everything all better, and they were never going to need to know?
Correct. Yep, and we did an exorcism on it too.
I guess here's my next question then.
Mm-hmm.
Why do you think it's your decision to make that decision of what they can and cannot handle?
Because the person that had already made it quite clear that they're selling this house, they're going to get rid of it, and they just want this gone. So the best thing is to just get it out of there. I mean, they could have broken very easily. And I think it's the best thing. I mean, I don't think that everything should be told to a client, especially when you know they're fragile already. And if you're going to do a clearing, or you claim you know how to do a clearing or an exorcism, do it, get it done and over with, and do it to the best of your ability.
So what you found out during this case that you did want to tell your client, was it like documented fact?
Yes.
Okay, so you did find out, like you did the research and you found dates and time and names and blah, 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 that whatever you wanted did actually happen.
Yep.
So how does your answer change if you're dealing with what a medium picks up?
Well, now there's a thing too, is that so far, pretty much every medium, like I tell everybody on the team, if you have something to say about something that's, mystical, magical, that's the way I call it, mystical, magical bullshit. You keep it to yourself until you get the evidence together. Then let's see your notes on it. Don't be just bringing it up, in the middle of an investigation. That's going to throw everybody off. You can't do that. But we've had people that, bring it up immediately, and it's like, shut up. That's why I really don't like to have somebody like that on the team. I want to see factual evidence first. And then Go ahead. Go ahead. You're going to interrupt. It's your show.
I wasn't going to interrupt. I'm sorry. I thought you were done.
Yeah, you were.
If you want to finish, go ahead. I can wait.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh. Well, I was just going to say, that, let's say it comes up at like the evidence review after everybody. Because I mean, any time a medium has been a part of my team, it has been a very specific policy that they do their walkthrough, they do the investigation, they keep their mouth shut when it comes to what their impressions are. They do not bring up anything until after the investigation is over, and that works that works great. And I completely agree with you that that is the way that it should be. But you're at the end of the investigation, you've gone over all the evidence, you're having the meeting with the team to go over everything, and you ask them about their walk, and they come up with a bunch of unsettling information about whatever property you're at. What do you do then? Do you keep that from the client, or do you at least be like, this is what our medium came up with?
Oh, then it would be, this is what so and so came up with, the medium or whatever, with what
But
they had.
would you hide that from your client?
It depends on if I knew the client and if already they're fragile. That this, going into a house that someone has some grand stories about and stuff, it's like, and then you see how that person is reacting when they're telling you about some of the stuff that are happening, the tears in their eyes and all that other stuff. It's like, no, I'm not going to tell them about that. I'm going to let that go, because they want to clear it anyway. We can clear it without their knowledge. Maybe it's not right, but I'm looking out for a person also. That's just me. That's the way I am.
I guess I've always been under the mentality that we're brought in to help them understand, not only to solve it, but to understand what is going on. And they can't do that unless they have all the information. Now, obviously, you separate it, and if you need to sugarcoat it, you sugarcoat it. But I guess I don't do things without their permission. So with your, like, maybe we can clear it behind their backs, like, that's not the way that I would ever do anything, because it's not my home. And so to me, they can't make the most educated decision possible unless they have all the information possible. So
well,
I get it's hard for me to hide information from clients, because to me, I'm not doing the job I was brought in to do, which is to help them understand and then to solve it based on their recommendations.
When it came to a certain case, I did look the other way, because just seeing what they're going through in their life, and then what's happening in their home, and they wanted a clearing done anyway. I'm just going to clear it, get rid of it. And I never thought about it till just now. But, it's, people sometimes react to the paranormal in ways that you probably haven't seen yet, and for a person to be, I don't even know how to put it. It's just, I don't want a person to get, they'll have nightmares for the rest of their life, all that stuff, I mean, I want to take some of this off of them. That's, I guess, I don't know, maybe some people won't agree with what I'm saying. Even some people on my team probably wouldn't agree with that. But yet at the same time, once you take a look into someone's eyes about what's happening in their home, and, the loss that they've had of loved ones and everything else and stuff, the fear that they have, it's like, no, I'm not going to tell them.
So we all agree, and I'm just going to put it out there. We all agree on this, that people fear most what they don't understand.
Correct. And some people don't even want to try to understand.
Well, that is true too. But I have had, and I'm shocked by how many times this has happened. But and you get it too, where before we've even started, like the first message that a client will send you is like, I want this gone. I want this to stop. I want them out of here. I want them kicked out, whatever, however they phrase it. I've gotten that too. And then we come in, we do a walkthrough, we talk to the client, we get to know them, we do the investigation, we present our evidence. But I can't tell you how many times by the end of the investigation, after everything is explained to them and they understand why they're having these encounters and why they're having these experiences and who might be there and why they might be there, they're completely fine. Like all of a sudden, I have had it where we want this kicked out, and by the end, they're like, "Oh, well, they could stay. Hell, they probably belong here more than I do." I've had that happen, and I'm curious. One, if you have, or if you just go straight for the cleansing, but more often than not, as scared as people are at the beginning of the investigation, once I've explained everything to them and revealed all the information that I have, they're suddenly fine. Like they're calm and they're like, oh, once they understand, they don't care anymore.
Yeah, well, one day you're going to hit it where someone, doesn't understand. They don't want to understand. You can see the fear in them. We're different, you and I and everybody on our team. I mean, they want to see this stuff. They want to, find this stuff. But there's some people that, why put them through that for?
I guess I don't consider them putting them through anything. Because, like I said, my experience has been the more they know, the more calmer they are. Like
not everybody's like that.
Well, of course.
I mean, yeah,
but you change things, obviously. Maybe you explain things a little differently. But I guess I've never had it in my head in any case that I've ever done. Whereas, like, if I tell them this, like they're going to break. As you put it, like I've never had anywhere where I've said if I tell them this, they're going to be worse off than they were. Even with this current case, I mean, no, true, it wasn't anything that was going to break anyone. It was going to be upsetting, and it was. Like they did not want to hear it, or they did not expect it. Let me say that. It's not like they didn't want to hear. They did not expect it, nor did I, be honest with you. But still, they took it and they understood it, and they wanted more answers, stuff that I couldn't give them. Like they wanted more.
Right.
So I mean, I guess our experiences have been different. I have not ever had a client that I felt that I was going to leave them in worse shape by telling them information than when I got there. And I hope I never do, honestly.
I hope you don't either, because then after that, I mean, it's because, I mean, as much as a person that everybody believes you to be unfeeling to other people, this will change you. I never said that, but no, it really does.
That's my term for me.
Okay. But anyway, it's, I just hope you don't have to go through it. I hope nobody has to go through it, but if you do, if you have to make that decision, stand by it. I don't feel bad about what I did. I just didn't want, them to be worse off knowing, Some people like to see people in fear. I don't know. No,
They should be.
not you now. Stop.
No. I
Not
was
you.
going to say then they shouldn't be
Talking.
in this
I'm
field.
talking. Am I not talking?
You
I
go
love
on.
doing that. But no, there's some people that all of a sudden they they want to do that. They want to see their eyes when they tell them, "Well, that's just not right." That's you got to watch out for the living too. And usually, when we go into the place, we're there for the died, for the people that have passed. We're there for the spirits.
Died.
We're not. Well, the people that, yeah, for the ghosts. We're there for the ghosts. We're not there for the living.
The
I
otherwise
want
body.
it gone, and I want it gone now. Well, you know what? We're going to have them stick
Yeah.
around and be a little bit worse to you. This was never your house. This was theirs. Sure, they're gone, but they were once people too.
I've never, and thankfully so, because my sarcasm would go into overdrive. But I would hope that I would never encounter anyone in this field that was like, yeah, they wanted him gone, but we let him stay a little longer so they could be terrorized. Like I don't.
It's not that. It's not that. No, with spirits, you have to. You've got to, talk with them, and because a lot of them, they may not be even knowing why they're there.
Mhm.
So the first thing I usually do when we're clearing a house is to talk with the spirit and ask them questions. When you died, did you have a brother or sister? Did you have pets?
Hold on.
A horse, a dog, a cat, and play with that. And just tell them, they're still waiting for you. They're wondering, why aren't you coming home? Your time is done. And you can feel when they have left or when they're about to leave. Ask for their grandma and grandpa. Ask for their auntie or uncle. They're waiting for you. And once you get the light to come to them, then it's easy after that. Then they leave. But the big thing then is especially if it's something that's what is nasty, is to get the people that live there right now to not talk about it, to not try to name it. If they name it, boy, that's harder to get rid of it. So we had one house that we went to help them, and they thought it was cool to have the neighbors over and have a barbecue. We left. But when we did go back and we were trying to get rid of it, then they were like bringing out the pictures or all that stuff. Yeah, this was in here. Listen to this, man. See how they're saying it? Well, we called the guy George, and we asked George to come on back. It's like, God, you guys are stupid. You don't ask for it to come back, because once it's back, it's going to be harder to get rid of.
And it's going to be angrier.
Yep.
Yeah. I say this with no qualms, but clients are typically, not always, but typically their own worst enemy.
Exactly. I would say 75% are, if not a little bit more.
Pretty much. But
yep. That's just like, the worst investigators are males. That's why my team is all females except for me.
So you're the weakest link.
No, I'm not the weakest link.
Well, I'm just saying, if males are the worst.
I'm talking again. I'm still talking. What is going on here? Why is somebody talking in front of me? So anyway, 87%, they've already posted the thing on this, that women make 87% better investigators than men. And I would, looking at my team, yeah, they're pretty darn good. But I'm usually I try to be the first one in and last one to leave.
So what you're saying though is if your current team wants to be the best team that they can possibly be, they need to get rid of you.
No, they love me. My team loves me. I love my team.
You're holding them back, Jerry. You're a man.
No, that was some of the people we had on our team. But you know what? At the same time, we have learned some things from the guys that we had on the team too, invaluable information and stuff like that. And that was great. But
I am going to 100% disagree with whatever poll that you were just talking about, only because.
Of course you are.
No. Listen to me here.
Disagree with everything.
Am I talking here, Jerry? Am I talking?
I've been waiting for you to do that. Finally,
Jesus.
I steered you into a direction. Okay, great.
Yeah,
go ahead.
there you
Mike.
go.
You have the floor.
Thank you.
Your wish is my command.
No, it's not, but that's okay. I don't boil it down to male, female. I don't give a shit if you're male. I don't give a shit which sex you are. You're either a good investigator or you're not. So to be told that women are just better because they're women is ridiculous.
No, they just know what they know the feels of the investigative, the paranormal. They do. They're much better, and that's a known fact. Just accept it. No. God, you are so competitive.
It's not a known fact. It
is a known fact.
It's a subjective concept, same as ParaUnity is.
Oh yeah, ParaUnity. I'm talking about who the better investigator is.
No, don't get me wrong. There are very, very, very good female investigators out there. I've worked with them. I've been floored by how amazing they are. But that doesn't mean that they're better than me. They're just very good. It doesn't mean that they're better than you. They're very good. So are you. So am I. So are a lot of other men. There are horrible female investigators, and there are definitely horrible male investigators.
Somebody got a tissue for Mike?
Oh, whatever. All right. Well, on that note, show's done.
Oh, Mike, come on, buddy.
No, actually, I don't have anything else.
Okay. No,
unless you do.
No, I don't. I thank you for letting me come on the show. Thank you for letting me go on rants and raves.
Do you feel better?
I feel much better. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, I'm going to get dressed now. And, thank you.
No, thank you for getting dressed. And for your camera not working, obviously the universe was trying to save us all. Anyway, but seriously though, I appreciate you coming on. I appreciate you wanting to talk about this. ParaUnity.
Yeah.
Obviously, the reveal thing was my question, but
right.
I thank you.
And that was a really good question. You should, I'm going to put that out and just see what people that I know that are investigators, what they think.
Are you saying, Jerry, that you're going to steal my idea?
No, you had an idea on the ParaUnity. I had the idea on Are Women a Better Investigator?
Oh, you're going to put that question out. Be my guest.
Yeah. Oh, I'm glad I have your permission. Oh, my heart has just leapt.
Well, you don't have many leaps left, my friend. So let's keep that under wraps. So, but anyways, I appreciate you coming on. And again, you're going to be back because I really want to do like the multiple director conversation.
Yeah, let's do that.
I really want to do that. I think it'd be interesting to find, what people's experiences of leading teams and doing these investigations and being in charge has done to people's like mentalities and decisions and all that stuff. So I will come up with a whole bunch of questions. I'll probably let you guys also develop questions to bring to the group.
Okay.
Kind of like a director roundtable.
There you go. That sounds like fun.
I like that. All right.
All right.
Well, until then, Jerry, let's just say people want to, I don't know why you would, but let's just say people want to contact you to tell you how right I am and wrong you are. How can they do that?
They can go to www.siminnesota.com. You can email us there. We're on Facebook, Supernatural Investigators of Minnesota. There's a TikTok page, Sim something. Where we got all sorts of different media and stuff. Or you can even call me direct if you want at 612-532-2380. I ain't afraid of nothing, man. But no, that's if you even if you have a want to talk about the show and about my beliefs, I'd be more than happy to talk with you. So yeah, thank you very much, Mike. This was awesome. If I was from New York, I would say it like that. It's awesome.
I should have ended the show 30 seconds ago.
All right, buddy.
We'll be back next week. I have no idea what's going to go on. I don't know if Anthony will be back or not, but we'll have something for you.
Anthony, is he from New York? Anthony?
No, he's from Texas.
Oh, sorry.
San Antonio, Texas. So anyway, till then, stay healthy, stay safe. We want to see you back here. Everyone have a great rest of the weekend.
Bye.